Anarchy.
All right. Welcome once again, everyone, to another rousing episode of Anarchy in Space.
All right. Well, Nikki just had himself a little heart attack. What he meant to say was space.
It was a seizure, not a heart attack.
Is it a seizure? Okay. Get it right, Eric.
They're slightly different. Probably fundamentally different in some ways. Anyways, we are here with episode number 22 on our end, talking about episode number 12 of season 2 of The Expanse.
Yes.
And boy, what an episode it was. We're just seeing all kinds of sides of people in this episode.
Yeah, there was this one definitely tests the mettle of the crew. There's a lot going on in this one.
It tests your ability to look at, what's his name, shirtless.
Yes.
It's the first scene in the fucking episode.
Yeah.
What's his name there? Aaron Wright.
Yeah. He was like shaving. I was like, it's 400 years in the future and we're still using razors. Just nothing else better.
There's not like something that just burns it off without like touching your skin, like a chemical burn or something. I don't know. It's a very valid point.
I mean, we have electrolysis now. You just, shock the hair follicle and it never grows back.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to permanently take my beard off.
Well, works for Donald Trump, right? He doesn't have to shave anymore.
Did he ever have to shave?
Well, there was one speculation that I had read where someone had taken like a telephoto lens and like zoomed up right up on his face and there's not even stubble there. So the conclusion that they came to is he's either had the electrolysis done to remove it, or he might have some kind of Native American blood where he just doesn't grow facial hair.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to vanity, but
I don't know. Maybe, but you never know what his family lineage was doing back in the day, aside from being awful.
Yeah, true.
Here, there's a whole lot of that.
In before Drumpf.
So, anyways, folks, this episode was pretty willy-nilly all over the place. Which thread do you want to pull on first, I guess?
I guess we can get with the Aaron Wright stuff because, wow, did somebody show his balls today?
I knew it was coming, but
yeah,
just trying not to let on quite where it was headed. And I think they did well to kind of pull that twist. You knew he had something under his sleeve.
Yeah.
You didn't know quite what. And, man, he tried to fucking big boy everybody, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he literally had something up his sleeve.
And so the episode starts off with him being super contemplative, like he's maybe ready to atone for what he's done.
Yeah, just thinking about stuff.
And it opens up, he's doing the shaving thing and he nicks himself and he's just kind of like, and it shows him with his son.
Yeah.
Walks him to school and is kind of doing the whole, your dad's a good guy, right? Like maybe I haven't always been perfect, but I want you to know the real me, that kind of thing. And he's like, yeah. And so he goes back to the office, and at a certain point, you see him, and he pulls out a capsule.
Yeah.
Which, to me, what's the first thing immediately you thought of?
Oh, he's about to off himself.
Yeah, cyanide.
He's just gonna bite down on this, and that's all. That's all she wrote.
He just wrote a letter to his whoever, says I love you, and now he pulls a capsule out of a little box.
Yep.
Like this is a protocol. He's gonna do himself the honorable thing and kill himself, whatever. And one thing that I really found interesting is, so in this episode, they never referred to him as Undersecretary Aaron Wright. They kept referring to him by his first name, which comes out of nowhere in the show.
Yeah, because they haven't heard it before.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, everyone's just referring to him by, what was that again, do you recall?
Oh, man. And I just watched the episode, and now I'm blanking.
Well, I can barely remember everything that happens in this episode because it was so much.
Yeah.
We won't worry about it, but to note, they did start referring to him by his first name in the episode. So you think, oh, man, he's going to off himself. Next thing you know, you see him meeting with the Premier of Mars or whatever the hell that dude's title is officially. And he was like, oh God, they're talking about the photo op they just did and how much bullshit it was because there's no peace agreement until we get Gunny back.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, we've worn these masks for so long, He's like, it just becomes second nature. How about we take the masks off? And he hands him a 105-year-old scotch.
Yeah. So I'm going to employ him with liquor.
Yeah. Let's just be men and let's talk. And they kind of hash things out. And then at a certain point in the conversation, you see what's his name look like. It gives that like the ever classic, "Oh no, I've been poisoned" look,
Yes.
and he grabs his chest like he's gonna have a heart attack. At which place, Aaron Wright explains that capsule we saw probably could have been used on himself, but instead he used it on Mars's leader there.
Yeah.
Because it's a drug that they'd created to work. Basically, it works with other drugs that people take, like say if you're on Mars, or say if you're from Mars and you're using chemicals to keep yourself alive on Earth.
Yeah.
It makes it so it looks like you have a heart attack. It's completely undetectable.
Yep.
And it was a scrapped technology.
Yeah.
That he just happened to hang on to the prototype of.
Yeah, he just has a little bit of it hanging around his desk.
Because basically people couldn't see the necessity of such things in warfare, and it's up to men like Aaron Wright to take hold of it and show people how it has to be done.
Right.
Which brings us to his coup de grace. As we're sitting watching, we'll get to later, is the Avasarala Mao meeting. All of a sudden, a video comes in, tight beam from Aaron Wright, basically explaining him putting on his big boy pants, saying, "Look, I just fucking killed him. I just blew up a fucking ship on Mars. And if where this transmission's going, I'll blow the fuck out of you too. If Mao doesn't come here, start playing ball the way I want him to,
right,
and under my terms, and he better not come back with that bitch Avasarala.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the man in charge. Y'all step in line." And whew, I mean, he certainly does not end the episode in the position that he started it in.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what all is going to happen at this point on that ship, but it was enough to end whatever meeting was planned between Avasarala and Mao, and they're like ending a stalemate, guns drawn. We're all just going to back out of this room until we figure out what the fuck we're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Mao's guards, they all come in, guns drawn. Cotillard has his gun drawn, and Bobby Draper is just kind of like standing in front of Avasarala as a body shield. So
yeah, we'll get back to that because there's some fun pieces to note in that particular meeting.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. There was some really interesting shit that Aaron Wright gave a couple. I mean, it was interesting watching him, the other guy, go masks off and have their discussion.
Yeah.
Mars' big complaint, and you and me have kind of addressed this before, is the scope of vision. His complaint is like, you'll understand this better than I do, is it's the youth. They don't understand the mission. They've lived their whole lives under domes, and they don't see a reason for the terraforming project.
Yeah.
Like, our whole existence as Mars is to terraform this fucking planet, and the kids don't give a shit because, well, we live this way now.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, like apparently we can live this way. Why are we wasting all this time and energy on something that doesn't need to happen?
Right.
And you see this guy trying to mold his people and trying to use whatever tool he can come up with to mold his people. The one thing that he says, and it's kind of the turnaround that Aaron Wright has, is where he's like, "You're right, only one of us can win, and it's going to be me."
Yeah.
But like I said, it was just the masks off version of like, you guys really don't give a shit about the people. Like, you just have this grand vision of an abstraction of your own humanity is what it boils down to. And it's weird. Like, I can't imagine looking at like just taking all of the individual people out of context and just looking at it as Mars or Earth.
Yeah.
So, well, having gone there, I feel like the next easiest place to go is let's talk about Avasarala. Who we don't actually see a whole ton in this episode.
Yeah, pretty much just that little part in her office and then up in the meeting, and that was about it.
You want to lead this one for me real quick? Because I'm even having trouble remembering the part in her office.
All right, so Avasarala in her office is kind of letting Bobby Draper know, it's like, look, you're going to be a diplomatic attaché type of thing. Just, keep your eyes open, keep your mouth shut type of thing. Cotillard and Bobby Draper have like a little back and forth about, his little gun.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he pulls it out and she goes, "Oh, look, it's cute."
And he kind of lets her know that, you're, what was it you say? You're here, or that he's there because he got her son killed.
Right.
So you can think you know me, but you don't know me kind of
Yeah.
language. They get on the ship. They're doing their ship. They're having some fun laughs at Avasarala, who clearly hasn't left the planet in a long while.
Right.
And is freaking the fuck out. And by the way, she looked exactly like I looked when they made me do the gondolas at fucking Disney. Those things that like what do you call it, the aerial things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little sky lift, whatever it is.
I screamed and swore at my fucking parents so bad. Like, my mom was like trying to shake it. I'm like, "You fucking bitch, I'll kill you when we get off of here." I don't fuck around with heights, man. That's not my thing. I was in like about having a heart attack the entire ride, and that's exactly the feeling that how Sorala looks like she is having.
Don't go on vacation with me, the man, because I love heights.
Like I'll do roller coasters and things like that, and I will push myself, but the thing that really kills me is the slow stuff, the slow movers.
Yeah.
Like I don't do Ferris wheel. I'll ride. I don't care how tall the roller coaster is. I'll do it. Like, but it has to be over quick. Like I can't take the too much of that.
Yeah, roller coaster is like maybe 2 minutes tops.
You put me up at the top of a 100-foot Ferris wheel for 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. I'm gonna be like cowering at the bottom of the just trying to get as close to Earth as I can. So they arrive up there. They arrive at this nice hotel station, space station kind of thing that's up there. It seems like.
Oh yeah, it looks very nice.
Yeah, they're commenting how nice it is. They do the formality of oh, would you like a cucumber?
Yeah.
Which is the funniest fucking thing I've never noticed it in this show until now. Bobby Draper takes a bite out of one of them, and this is some serious solid acting on her part, and genuinely looks like this is the first time she's ever fucking tasted a cucumber in her life, and it's changed it. Like, and more than that, it looks like it's the first time she's ever tasted a fresh vegetable in her life.
Yeah.
And her face just lights up, and all of a sudden she's like stuffing her face, and she's got handfuls of them.
Yeah, she might as well just go for it.
And she's looks like ready to stuff her fucking pockets as Mao comes in.
Yeah.
And you've got Mao kind of like trying to do the formal, like, oh, I'm a diplomat. And Christian just gets right into Chris.
It's like, let's not waste each other's time. Let's get right to it.
Get to the motherfucking point and tell me what the fuck you dragged me off Earth for.
Right.
And what are we going to do here? I feel like maybe she got a little Wayne's brother in her. Will she do it?
Yeah.
Do we have a problem?
Yeah. Yeah.
At which point, they have their discussion about a very short discussion before I say Aaron Wright is about, dips in.
Yeah, kind of rudely interrupts.
Yes.
With his threats.
With his just big old balls. He's just dangling in front of him. And so you have them kind of fighting their way out of the ship, we think. I don't know.
Maybe. I'll have to find out next episode.
Dude, does it feel like they can wrap up everything they have loose right now in a single episode?
If they do, it's going to be jam-packed. So I might have to take out the old notebook for the next one.
So we've got all of this intrigue going on with the Earth situation.
Yeah.
On the other side of things, we've got Ganymede.
Yeah. Stuff is happening on Ganymede.
Holden is on a mission to kill that motherfucker.
Yes.
And so he has Alex. Basically, like they follow it into I think it's the Ag Dome where the original ship crashed. And so it's just a wasteland.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver around, and
yeah, you're just watching shit buckle and bow and flex around them.
Yeah.
And it's pretty intense. And Alex is clearly getting fucking pissed off with all the yes captain and
yeah,
just gritting his teeth with everything that, and that's pretty much what their lot is. You get a little bit of Prax kind of be like, dude, we don't know what this is. It could be
my daughter.
Yeah, it could be. It doesn't understand what's going on around it. Like, what the fuck? And Holden is just, I'm gonna fucking kill it. We're hunting our monster because we need to make sure no proto-molecule exists.
Yeah. As Alex says, that's not your daughter anymore. It's something else now.
Yeah, whatever it was. I'm sorry that isn't your daughter anymore.
Yeah,
that's pretty much their story. Like that's just a very fucking Ahab and the white whale kind of shit. Now the real interesting stuff is actually happening over in Ganymede, back with Amos and Naomi.
Yeah,
back with Trigglypuff, the triggered captain.
Yeah, the now captain of the Somnambulist.
Yes, and she is trying to get her ship ready to leave. She's going to take refugees. Naomi shows back up, and clearly this bitch wants nothing to do with Naomi.
Right.
Naomi really forces her way in there. I'm going to be honest. That's one exchange I didn't really understand, and it's like, why the fuck that bitch ever caved? Because Naomi was just kind of being a twat, like saying, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, you killed my husband, and now you want to come and fix my ship?
Yeah, and whoever the fuck the guy is working on your ship sucks. I've never met him, don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But he totally sucks dicks.
Yeah.
And so she just goes in and barges in and tell you piece of shit, you suck.
It's like, that doesn't go there. What are you doing?
Yeah. It basically just does a Naomi.
Yeah.
And things are heating up. The station is collapsing. The crowd is beginning to get unruly. And we find out officially that there's too many people out there.
Yeah.
The life support on the station is actually preventing they're not going to be able to re-up on air.
Yeah.
And so now we have a hard decision that the captain says, look, if I open that door again, we're going to get charged and we can't deal with what's going to happen after this.
Yeah. Only got enough air for 52 people. I don't know how they arrived at that number, but
well, I mean, whatever. It seems like that's based on time. I guess maybe she's planning 52 people to Europa, which is where she's planning on heading.
yeah.
And if we open that door, they're going to rush us, and that's not going to happen. So we just need to go, which is crazy because this bitch, who's been all like, we're here to help people. We're here to help people. Naomi can't take this. We have to try to take some people with us.
Right.
And she's like, you're liable to get killed if you leave here. To which Amos tries to stop her. At which point she then fucking stabs the shit out of Amos with a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, he got tranked up the wazoo on this one.
Oh, yeah. She was not fucking having him standing in her way.
Yeah.
And then she walks out. They goes to the airlock. And next thing you know, she's about to get beat the fuck up. Everyone's ready to kill her, tear her apart. You've been lying to us. You're just playing games.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you have to think, like, why would she have come out here if, like, she wasn't trying to help? Like, clearly, you all want to. You're out for blood. We can see you in the cameras.
Yeah, it's the lizard brain starts to take over there a little bit.
And so she tries to explain to the guy that they have guarding the people trying to corral them, there's only room for 52.
Yeah.
And she offers to trade her place for him, but they have to get 52 people, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so clearly it fits in the guy. He, says, all right, here's what's going to happen. And he manages to get people to buckle down, gives some rousing speech about how Belters know life is going to be hard.
Right.
And so we need to fucking take it on the chin that we're all about to die.
Yep.
And do our best to send the youngest amongst us to hopefully continue their extremely hard lives.
Yes.
And then in a last moment, he gives Naomi back her spot and says, you're not done yet, as the doors close.
Right.
And it's just a sad fucking moment. The whole thing, all of this is sad, is that, like, Naomi wants so fucking bad to help people. She explains to him, like, she was on Arrows. She's like, my brother died on Arrows. She's like, I wish, because she wished she could have done more there.
Right.
I mean, every decision she makes seems like it's got to be the hardest fucking decision in the world. Like, you're just constantly dealing with people doing, like people are going to die one way or the other, and you have to decide how many you can save. And she's clearly not cut out for deciding people's fate. And we'll just put it that way.
Yeah. Can't save everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. So she goes back on the ship, and they're trying to pull away. And the next thing you know, all right, MCRN, and you are going to get the fuck back down there because we have a no-fly zone. You stay clamped. Like, well, we can't fucking stay clamped. We're going to die if we stay clamped. Everything's collapsing.
Yeah, it's a refugee ship. How dare you?
Yeah, like, they're just trying to say, unable to comply. You can board us, do whatever the fuck you want, but we can't stop. And so what do?
Let's launch a missile.
Fucking send a torpedo right at him. And at this point, we realize that Alex managed to talk Holden out of out of his white whale.
Yeah, because he had him in his sights.
Yep. And they blast the fucking thing out, and they were ready to meet up. And, everyone's happy to hear everybody else, and they're going to get Naomi and Amos back, and the other triggly bitch is going to go and fucking drop the people off Europa that she could, the kids, save them if you can.
And then go do whatever the fuck she's going to go do. Jesus.
God, I'm so glad you never have to see her again, because fuck that bitch. Every episode she's in, she just irritates me.
Yeah, so Holden issues out the ultimatum to the MCRN. It's like, this ship, you know what it's capable of, and we've targeted everybody, so we're all going to die together.
Yeah, you fire one fucking shot, I'm killing everybody. And Alex is like, he was like, you're gonna take that's gonna be your bluff. He's like, oh, they'll take it. He's like, they're too busy saving their bullets for each other.
Right.
And then you just watch the screen just fucking whoop.
Yep.
Everyone shuts the fuck up. All of the auto locks on them are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want any of this. We got our own shit to worry about. Have fun. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They get the fuck out of there.
Right.
Not without that nice long shot of the ship.
Yeah. With nice little nod to a glowing blue thing on the side of the ship.
It was a weird glowing blue thing on the side. Do we know anything that's glowing blue in this storyline?
Proto molecule monster, for lack of a better term.
So Ahab has the whale on the ship now.
Yeah. Stowing away.
That's an interesting wrinkle.
Yep.
Dude, this episode, like, it was such a good episode. So much happens. And I think, like, it does really well at balancing how much is happening in different places. Like, the shows jump around a ton from here to there.
Yeah.
without ever feeling soap opera-y to me. Like it feels like a good contiguous story.
Yeah, this one was pretty good paced. It didn't seem like it was too rushed. There was a lot of let's get in, get the gist of whatever's going on in this scene and move on to the next one.
Well, and even with all the action that's going on, they still manage to like you get glimpses at people. You know, like you get into the depth of Naomi and how difficult. Like she just isn't. She's not a Holden. She's not one to make decisions about life and death for other people.
Right.
Which may or may not be great. May or may not be the right thing to do. But at a certain point, you have to look at yourself and say, "Well, I can't do for me without doing this."
Yeah.
And it's a little frustrating at times to watch that. You see, Holden is almost he's in this episode. He's almost gone off to a place where you don't even like him anymore because he's just being such an arrogant prick in this his need to kill whatever this thing is and end the pro molecule thing.
Yeah, very myopic in this episode.
And that's the one thing. Like eventually, Alex is like, "Look, dude."
Yeah, he's like, "We can't do this right now."
Well, it's not even so much that because he appeals to me. He's like, "Look, Naomi's right. There's more of this than that is here. It's not worth dying to kill this here when it's not even going to accomplish anything. Like, clearly, there's other labs, there's other places where this shit is, and live to fight another day, so to speak."
Yeah, he finally got him with our family needs help right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. He's got to go and save the other people because they're listening to the ultimatums being delivered by the Martians.
Right.
To, what is it, the somnambulist or weeping somnambulist is in the ship.
Yeah.
So, good fucking episode, man.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a lot jammed into 43 minutes. So,
and like I said, dude, we got another one.
Yeah, there's one left for the end of the season. I can only imagine. I am definitely going to have a notebook out.
Like, I don't know how I'm going to keep up. I don't even think it's like an extra long episode or something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pause and jot notes down. And
so, all right, well, I guess give us the technicals and we'll take this one out.
All right, so season 2, episode 12 of The Expanse is titled "The Monster and the Rocket." So good episode title there. Directed by Rob Lieberman, written by Mark Fergus and Hawk Osby. Came out April 12th, 2017. A little bit of a bump in the ratings from the last episode at a 0.515.
It's so funny to still see those ratings, thinking about where the show's headed.
Yeah, so it's you can wonder. It's like there's a lot going on in this show, and it's just, man, it was just not advertised correctly, or just the fact that it's on cable TV and nobody watches that shit anymore.
It's got to be that.
Yeah.
And dude, like Sci-Fi had like some. I just really enjoyed some of their shows because they had Warehouse 13 was on there too, wasn't it?
Yeah, Warehouse 13 was on there, and that was a quirky show.
I really liked Warehouse 13. It was very X-Filesy, and like they're hunting down rare artifacts.
Yeah.
I never got into Eureka.
I think I watched like a first couple of episodes of that and just it never caught on.
I think that was supposed to be like a sister show to the other one, but
yeah,
I couldn't vibe with it. It just seemed weird.
Yeah.
But goofy old artifacts and a good cast. The cast in the Warehouse 13 is really what sold it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Who the hell knows? I think they were just trying to do whatever they could on a sinking ship. Is that Sci-Fi even a network anymore? Does cable exist now?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Weird. But all right, folks. Well, this has been episode number 22 of Anarchy in Space. Thanks for hanging out with us. And go forth and fix the world.
Yes, be fruitful and multiply a number and all that shit.
So that the Martians don't have to come after us.
Right.
Peace.
Out.